Shalom, everyone. Welcome back. We're getting ready for Pesach. Purim just finished last week, and in just 3 weeks, it'll be the holiday of Passover. We're getting all excited and getting involved. I don't know about you, but we're getting our matzahs and our grape juice and our wine and starting inviting our people and everything. So, a lot of work to be done for Passover, but it's one of the most beautiful holidays in the Jewish calendar. This year, Chabad of University City will be having a Seder the first night of Pesach at the synagogue. You're all invited to come. You need to make a reservation for that. You can do that online. Very soon we'll have our Passover website up on ChabadUC.org. So keep that in mind, and you can make a reservation then when that happens. Also, you should be ready to sell your chametz. A Jew is not allowed to own chametz on Passover, not just to eat it or cook it, but not to own it. So we sell it to a non-Jew in a particular way, and therefore you need to sell your chametz. You can do that online also at chabaduc.org/Passover, and you'll see the link for sale of chametz as well. And we're expecting a nice crowd for the first night of Pesach. A lot of people coming, and it's going to be a beautiful catered meal that we're all looking forward to. If you need a reservation for the second night, you don't have a place to go for the second night, you do not need to become a member of the synagogue. I'd be happy to arrange at homes for you to spend the second night of Passover as well. And if you have availability for an extra guest on the second night of Passover, give me a call, let me know, or send me an email, and I'll spread the word out as well. This coming Shabbos is the third of the four special Shabbosim before Passover. The first was Shkalim. The second was Zachor, which we read just before Purim. And this coming Shabbos is Para. And the next one will be HaChodesh. So what is Para all about? Shabbos Para. It's read at the end of the Torah reading as a special mafter and a special haftorah. And according to many opinions, it is a mitzvah for everyone to hear each word of this special Torah reading, men, women, and children, just as it is for Parshas Zachor. So make sure you're in shul this Shabbos to hear Parshas Para. What does Para mean? A para is a calf or a cow. And we know that in Jewish tradition, there were two famous cows. One was the golden calf, which was a golden cow, which was a type of idol. And the other was the Paraduma, the red heifer or the red cow. What was the difference? So we are told that the Jewish people anxiously waited for Moshe to come down from Mount Sinai. And according to their calculations, he delayed slightly. He really didn't, but they thought he did. So they built a golden calf, sort of a type of idol, or in the image of an idol that would be a substitute for Moshe. Some say it was an idol, some say it was just a substitute for Moshe. But in any case, it was a terrible sin. And Moshe came down on the 17th of Tammuz, saw it, and broke the tablets, and the rest is history. So that's the original sin that the Jewish people are left with, and we keep for the rest of our lives, that sin of the golden calf. We are told that the Mishkan, the portable temple that the Jews built in the desert, was an atonement, a kapara, for the Egel Hazahav, for the golden calf, to atone for it. And it was a terrible sin. We believe that most of the people who participated in it were the Erev Rav, the mixed multitude of Egyptians who joined the Jewish people when they left Egypt, and they were able to convince some others to join in with them. And there's many things written about that. The Paraduma, which we read about this coming Shabbos, is from the beginning of the Parsha of Chukas, and it talks about a very odd situation. If a person became ritually impure by either becoming a leper or primarily by coming in contact with the dead or coming in contact with someone who came in contact with the dead, they are ritually impure. That means they cannot go to the temple, they can't participate in certain sacrifices, and they need to wait a period of time for this condition to end. And then they need to go to the mikveh, a ritual bath, and they need to be sprinkled with the ashes of this unique red cow. The cow is red from head to toe. it is only allowed to have one hair that is not red. If it has more than one hair, it is not considered appropriate for this mitzvah, and it is slaughtered according to Jewish law, and the carcass is burned, and the ashes are used for sprinkling of people who were ritually impure. It's mixed with water, and they sprinkle it. And that we believe there are only 9 of these cows throughout history. Very, very few, very rare, very odd to have such a red cow. A few years ago in Israel, they thought they found one, but it turned out that it really wasn't completely red. So we're waiting for it. When we believe the Mashiach comes, the Messiah comes, he'll bring back the red heifer, and we will be able to use it to purify ourselves and become pure once again as we were in days of old. What is the idea of a red heifer anyhow? And what's the difference between the red heifer and the gold one? So gold represents materialism. It means money. Gold is a precious item, obviously. Red represents life, blood. It represents the soul of a person, the spirituality of a person. And here we're told that what the important thing is to emphasize not so much the materialistic aspect of life, something that the Egyptians worshipped. All the gods of Egypt were all materialistic gods. They worshipped the sun, the moon, the stars, the Nile, the locusts, the water of the Nile, etc. But rather, we are to emphasize the spiritual element of life. But that's really what's important in life. So that's really what the idea of the Paraduma is really all about. It represents humility, it represents spirituality, it represents godliness. And these are things that we really have to emphasize as we're going into Passover. Because Passover, after all, is the birth of the Jewish people. And the Jewish people are unique, a very unique people. They are a nation of priests, a mamleches kohanim, a nation of priests, a goy kadosh, and a holy nation. We are not, our greatness is not really materialistic. In fact, the land of Israel is our inheritance, is the smallest of all the countries of the world. It's a tiny little country. And but the important thing is what's inside the land of Israel. And the land of Israel represents the soul of the Jew. And really, what is inside of us is a spark of godliness that can never be erased. In Hebrew, we call it Pintalayid, the Jewish soul. We call it the Nefesh Elokis, the godly soul. In any case, it is a very special and a very holy soul, which it comes out and teaches us to act properly and act well. And we want to wish you all a very happy Pesach. Again, if you have any questions, or Chabad can be of any use for you wherever you live throughout the city or throughout the world, anyone who's hearing this message, you can get in touch with us so we can direct you to a Chabad center near where you live and get you in touch with rabbis who can help you prepare for Pesach in the proper way. And we hope that you'll all get shmur matzahs, around hand-baked shmur matzahs for your Seder. We are giving out a limited amount of shmur matzahs ourselves, and we'd be happy to get them to you as well, though now they're available in many of the stores. So I want to wish you all a good Shabbos and a happy Pesach. We say a kosher and happy Pesach. Candle lighting in San Diego is at 6:46. Have a good Shabbos.